How would you explain philosophy to a 7-year-old? I tried, and I'm fairly certain I failed miserably. But, I mean, I'm going to try again. I just have to find a synonym that she understands. Possibly. Look at this beautiful boy. Odin. Odin. Hi. You're only failing if you stop. People are always afraid to fail, but when you fail, that's when you figure out how to fix it. You can't expect to be great at everything, especially if you've never tried it before. That's just unrealistic. Madness. I'm currently doing research for the next Taboo episode. I'm getting ready to start a fan fiction. It won't take me long to write it, the whole thing. And I'm getting ready to start writing my original story that I've been formulating for the past however long it's been. I got some more details hammered out. Complete with names. I'm really getting excited. Some characters already have playlists, also helpful. I've been learning lyrics to songs that I love. Cryptic Wisdom released a new album on October 8th, and I didn't get to it until October 12th. And now I know almost all the words to every single one of the songs that I like, and I pretty much like every song on the album, because it's so great. It's called Love Me, Hate Me, I believe. It's so good. And it was so bizarre. I found myself in Village Inn today, and I don't know if they were listening to a radio station or if they had a playlist going. I don't know. But I heard Cryptic Wisdom on the radio or on that playlist. Anyway, I heard it in public, and it was so cool. Because he's great. And if you haven't listened to him, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's so weird when you're listening to music and it feels like the writer of the song went into your own head and pulled out the lyrics. Like, dude, this is what I've been trying to say for so long, and the words would never come out of my mouth, and for some reason you were able to get them and they came out of your head. It's just so weird. But that's how I feel listening to his music. A lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Needless to say, I like it a lot. I haven't been listening to pretty much anything else currently. Oh, but I did just look up. I was trying to find death metal bands from Tennessee, and I found like 2. But the article I was reading gave me death metal bands from various places in America in the South. And I found one in particular that I really like from Florida. I don't know how to pronounce their band name, but I like them a lot. There's this one song. I was going to recommend it to you guys. I want to say it's called The Night That Never Ends or The Longest Night or something like that. I like it because it's like loud music and the singing is screaming. So if that's your thing, you probably would like it too. If it's not, then you probably won't like it. Oh yeah, I bought the GameCube so that I could play Zelda Twilight Princess, which is my favorite Zelda. I love Zelda, in case that wasn't apparent already. I do. The game won't work. It's madness because it looks fine. It's not broken. There's not any really concerning scratches. And you put it in and it says, unable to read disc. And we've tried everything YouTube has told us to try, and it has not worked. I'm really, really sad. And Zelda games are like freakishly expensive for reasons unknown. So if you happen to have Zelda Twilight Princess on GameCube and you're not playing it anymore and you want to send it to me, let me know. I'll happily take it and play it. I love Zelda so much, I'm always relating like life back to Zelda stuff to get it to make sense in my head. I did that a lot trying to understand my shadow self. I related it back to Shadow Link. Though the difference is, in the game, Shadow Link wanted to kill Link, and your shadow, my shadow, everyone has their own shadow. It's not trying to kill you, it just wants you to remember that that is you. A lot of people push their shadow side away and try to pretend it doesn't exist. But that only makes the shadow stronger. Because it wants to be loved, man. And it is you. And the sooner you realize that, one, I feel you can really like start to accept yourself. All of you. We all have light and dark within. You can't ignore your darkness because it will consume you. But if you accept it and love it because it is you, then it doesn't try to snuff you out like it does when you're ignoring it. And then instead of feeling like you're constantly fighting the shadow, it's more like the two of you are comrades and you fight together against everything else. If that's the analogy you want to go with. That's the way I like to look at it. Like we used to fight against each other, me and my shadow, but now we understand that we're one being, so we fight together instead of against each other. I feel like that's been really helpful as far as life goes. Because before, when I didn't understand that the shadow was me, I thought it was like a separate entity that I needed to remove. And it's what I blamed, like when things would get dark again, because I didn't understand that life was a cycle and we keep coming back. That's how the flow works, that we're in the highs and then we experience the lows because we cycle. And just because the lows come back doesn't mean that you're bad again, or it feels like you were doing so well and then you get to this sad place again. It feels like failure, right? But it's not, because it's life. We just cycle. Just because you're sad again doesn't mean you have to hold on to it or you have to punish yourself for being sad. That's not helpful. What's helpful is you have to give yourself permission and space to be sad, to be angry. If you just push the feelings away, then you're bottling them up. You're keeping them inside when they want to be felt. Wasn't it John Green who said, "Pain demands to be felt"? That is so true, and it will keep demanding it until you feel it and move through it and then let it go. And maybe it'll come back, but if you don't let it go, it will consume you. It's important that we spend time alone daily, feeling everything that we need to feel, everything that's come up. Even if you don't understand it, if you feel it and you can move through it, you can just let it go. And people don't understand that step either, but it's like, do you ever have a problem that you can't stop thinking about, but you know if you think about it, it's just gonna get worse, you're gonna spiral, it'll be all overthinking and anxiety in no time. So you have to force yourself to stop thinking about it. It's kind of like that. When you let it go, you like let's say, for example, I'm sad because Gidget just passed, right? It comes and it goes. Like, I'm sad and then it doesn't bother me as much, and then somebody says something and then I get sad again. But at some point I'll decide it's time to stop being sad, man. Whoopsie daisies. Finger. Hee. It's time to stop being sad. And you have the power to decide that. And you have the power to stop thinking it. but it's important to move through it first, to feel it all. And then, once you're ready to move on, you get to a place where you can let it go. And when you do that, then you direct your thoughts to something else, specifically something that brings you joy, no matter what it is. That's how I do it anyway. Maybe it'll help you too. I also did this meditation once. It was like not planned. I just went into the field and faced the sunshine, and I had my eyes closed, and I don't even remember if I was thinking about anything in particular, but sometimes when I meditate, I see things with my eyes closed, like in your mind's eye or whatever it is. I'm not entirely sure, because when I've talked to other people about meditation and seeing stuff, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm meditating and I see things. So I was sitting there facing the sunshine with my eyes closed, and it was after Vincent passed, and that was a big deal for me. And it was like all these weird energetic cords were gathered up in this big fist that kind of appeared before my vision. And then all at once, all of these cords were severed with this blade that came out of some other place. I'm unsure of where, but they all were severed, the cords. And I take that as a letting go, because I haven't been the same me that I used to be since then. I used to be very different than I am now. And it's hard exactly to pinpoint the differences, but I can tell that something has changed. And things that were bothering me before, I don't even remember anymore. I don't think about them. It's so weird. But I feel better, And maybe you will too. And that's the whole point, right? I don't mean to talk about how sad I am. Like, I feel like it's a theme. But I just want to be honest about how I'm feeling. Because I feel like it's important to talk about how we really feel versus how society expects us to feel, or whatever. Anyway, I am about to run out of time, so I'm going to stop the video and go clean out my phone so that I can talk longer next time. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I love you. Bye!